I've participated in many of the Patreon programs, and they are incredible. All of them that I've participated in provided tremendous value for what the fee was monthly. And so in general, catching you up, if you're not aware, there's a number of game stores that offer these programs where, because they have access to a product at distribution prices, you can pay them a fee, whether it's like 15 or 20 or whatever bucks a month. And then they give you access to their catalog and the ability to buy products at distribution pricing. And that is incredible. It's a really sweet deal, especially if you're spending a lot of money on Magic. Now, some people support their local game stores or their local Amazon delivery driver or whatever, and they prefer to get products like I swear. I mean, I have a lot of friends who are into Magic, and and my closest friends are pretty savvy, but I know so many people that are like, oh, I'm going to go buy Magic product the most expensive way possible, and I'm like, you're spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a month on Magic. Don't you want to subscribe to one of these Patreon programs and save a ton of money? And they're like, no, I'd much rather just buy very, very highly priced products from, generally local game stores, which is good. It's good to support local game stores, but it just surprises me because I would much prefer to sign up for a Patreon program, get discounts, etc., whatever. Of course, the downside too is you don't get it immediately, right? Like you can drive to your local game store, buy something, you get it right then. Where with these Patreon programs, I mean, some of them are far away. I'm hesitant to call any out because almost all these programs have limits on how many people can participate. Like I know RNG Games is very open about how it's like, hey, my Patreon's full. I'm not accepting applicants kind of thing. And so there are a number out there. But in general, what's just so interesting about these programs is that they are such a great deal. They do provide a tremendous amount of value. I guess maybe, and to give a little bit of extra background and to call out, I guess, one Patreon program in particular, in my mind, all the Patreon programs boil down to Alpha Investments and everybody else. And Alpha Investments is unique because it's the largest one. And his program is essentially every month you can buy a case of boosters that are in standard, that are in print and readily available. And then there's also sales that happen every week, multiple times a week, special sales. And so whenever a set comes out, and generally there's a special sale for the Commander decks and a different sale for the collector boosters and a different sale for any other supplementary products. But then the play boosters or the draft boosters or whatever it is are just available, where once a month you can buy 6, get a case, or mix and match or whatever. Not a sponsor, but that's the Alpha Investments program. Everybody else that I know of, what they do is they just offer the catalog. Like whatever's available at distribution, you can get that. And let me talk about why I'm a big fan of this second group. Because I did Alpha Investments Patreon program for a while and realized, and there is good value. I mean, oh my goodness, I was able to buy Bloomborough booster boxes for $116 or $118 each or whatever the price was at the time. And even locally, I mean, there's people locally who are like, hey, I could sell on Facebook Marketplace for $130, right? And, I'm not making bank or anything, but, there's just opportunities to get value. I bought Pokemon from Alpha Investments for pretty cheap because it spiked in price shortly after. I got Surging Sparks booster boxes for $160 each, and then they spiked up almost immediately to $220 or $240 or something. But I'm really a big fan of these other kinds of programs where they give you the distribution catalog. And, I said I wasn't going to call out people, but I know that the Rogue Market is a great one and he's advertising his program on his YouTube channel. You can follow the Rogue Marketplace. I'll link them in the comments, or not in the comments, but in the description. And it's a really cool program. I have participated in this one where, the distribution catalog is available. I bought Duskmourn Commander decks from Kevin, and I was able to open those up and flip those in arbitrage and whatever. They come with the Arc Enemy packs, which, by the way, if you want to have a bad time, play the Arc Enemy cards from Duskmourn. It's not good. It's not balanced. Some of those cards are so strong. Anyways, I digress. So what's cool about the programs that Kevin and others offer that are just kind of like their distribution catalog is that you can do the research, you can dig in and find out like, oh, there is inverted expected value with the Duskmorn Commander deck sets, or, oh, Dragonstorm play boxes are, feel underpriced or whatever. And I'm going to get to it more later, but there's opportunity to either get products at a great discount or sometimes have kind of arbitrage. And I'm not a big fan of arbitraging booster boxes that are randomized. Like, I'm a big fan of the collector deck sets. If you watch any of my videos, which, by the way, it's a good moment for me to shout out that my channel would love your subscription. If you would take a moment and just subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. But yes, so what's the problem? What's the problem with all of these Patreon programs? And it's the problem with how Rudy talks about his, how Kevin talks about his, about how everybody talks about theirs. I shouldn't generalize and say everybody, but in general, it's this selling these programs to you as though you have a chunk of change ready to invest in Magic, and that this program is just going to be like a good way for you to get in as like an investment piece. And by that, what I mean is like Rudy is the number one person at this, where look at me, like just calling people out. But once again, I have deep respect for all these people. I think their programs are great. I think you should sign up, not a sponsor, for Rudy's program, for Kevin's program, for other programs. If you run a program, let me know. I'll shout out your program too. But what's so interesting is in these videos, when these content creators and when these business owners say things like, this is going to go up in value, or this will probably go up in value in the next few years, kind of thing. Like the people buying their stuff are investors, right? It's like, oh, I've got 10 grand and there's just, too few ways for me to deploy my capital. I hope that there's a guy on Patreon that will sell me cardboard for cheap, so that will have an expected value that's positive and go up in price in the next couple of years. There's just no way in my mind that this is happening. And I might be wrong. I might be totally wrong. Like, if you're in the comments section, or if you're watching this video and you're, 40 plus years old and you make six figures and you're like, yeah, I've just got tons of money and I don't know what to do with it, so I'm investing in cardboard, and that's why these Patreon programs are great. That's awesome. And I could totally be wrong about this, and it would be great for somebody to help educate me that is actually, like, all of Rudy's Patreon subscribers fit that kind of bucket of just like, I've got too much money and I don't know what to do with it. But when I look at like the average household income in the United States or anywhere, when I look at just spending habits in general, consumerism, there's just no way that the vast majority of people aren't just consuming, right? Not that they're necessarily opening up all their boxes that they buy, but like we're not built with diamond hands ready to hold on to some collector booster boxes for 3 years hoping they appreciate. We've all got cash flow needs, right? I mean, I'm doing pretty good. Like, I've got my 401k, I've got my retirement taken care of, I've got, good income, whatever. But the idea that I would join a Patreon program because I have a ton of money that I just need to park and not think about. Like, for me, the Patreon programs where the real value is cash flow now, right? Is the flipping, the effort that you put in. So it's not just buying something, sitting on it, investing. It's the flipping, the buying, the putting in the effort, helping transform the product, whether that's breaking it down to singles or selling the collector sample packs or whatever. To me, that opportunity is really attractive. And I think it should be attractive to you too. Because if you're a super nerd like me and you like cardboard, then you can enjoy cardboard and also make money, which will help you enjoy more cardboard, right? So these Patreon programs can be great for that, but they're not advertised like that. They're advertised like you can buy stuff and sit on it. And to me, I'm like, it's a fun idea. And I've bought stuff and I have like sat on it. But honestly, it's hard, right? And people talk about this where people always have the intentions like, I'm going to sit on this for 5 years. I'm going to sit on this for 10 years. Let me tell you what, when I bought a Bloomborough collector booster box, I was like, I'm going to sit on this for, at least a year. And that did not happen. Same thing with Assassin's Creed. I bought a collector booster box. I'm going to sit on this. That did not happen. Praise the Lord above that I haven't opened any of my Final Fantasy collector booster boxes, right? There's one of them that's up in the video. You can kind of see it. No, you can't really because it's like black. It's right there. So those are still sealed, and I am going to hold on to those. And the plan is to hold on to them till they hit 2K, and then boom, list them on TCG Player or whatever. But I think a lot of people are like me. I think a lot of people have the best of intentions that they are going to invest in Diamond Hand and hold on to this cardboard stuff, but they're actually, pseudo addicts like me, and they want to open stuff and they want to enjoy it. And you can justify, and be like, oh, well, the price hasn't gone up and it probably won't for a while. I'm just going to enjoy this or whatever. Right. And you end up opening it. And so for these Patreon programs to be like, the Diamond Hand people come and they buy and they sit on stuff, and that's how you'll make money, is like investing in cardboard with me, is I feel like it's fun to talk about. It's fun to think like that, but I feel like that is so not very real. And it's funny for a channel that talks about MTG finance to bring this up, but it's a genuine kind of question of mine. And like I said, I'd love to hear if this is the reality, or like if you know people, do you know people that are sitting on cardboard, that are keeping it sealed and not touching it, not thinking about it, and they're just buying case after case? I know that there's stories. I know that there are some of these people out there, but what I'm saying is I don't think there's very many of them. I think that they're anomalies, because the game, like especially with Magic, it's a game to enjoy, to play with. It's not like Pokemon where there's a lot of fans who get this value of just having it on a shelf. And some people in Magic do, but I'm just so skeptical of kind of the claim or the idea that people are, in mass, kind of normal people have the cash that they are just investing into cardboard, letting it sit, letting it accumulate wealth, then eventually selling it after like 5 years or something like that. Like, are there people who are liquidating their War of the Spark booster boxes now? And if they are, they didn't do very well. That's the thing too, is like with Magic, like in Pokemon, I believe it more because Pokemon had articles in like Wall Street Journal in the past year about how it's overperformed the S&P 500, outperformed the S&P 500. And so I get it with Pokemon, but with Magic, it's just a different story. And yeah, these Patreon subscription providers, people who are like, yeah, investing's really a great way to go. I don't know about that. I have some ideas for some kind of videos and some research and things like that I could do to try to prove it or disprove it. I have a background in data science, and so I'd love to like kind of create some hypotheses and put them to the test. For example, like Kitchen Table TCG Louis, he hypothesizes that low card sets do poorly, and I think that's true. But I'm just thinking like anecdotally, and it'd be so cool to go through the history of Magic and look at those low card sets, the sets that have like less than 200 unique or cards in them, and see, on average, do they perform worse? There's a lot of really cool data science that can be done. And I'm not sure the investability of Magic. Like if I had to make a hypothesis that we could test with some kind of historical data, that is available, like we could test this, it just takes work. I think we're going to find that Magic is not nearly as investable as, a lot of these Patreon offerers would suggest it is. Anyways, thank you for watching. Like I said, love to know your thoughts. I could be totally off base, but that is just the sense I get from the people I talk to, the communities, the disconnect from the store owners and the normal people. It's quite interesting. So anyways, Thank you. We'll see you.